Hi everyone, welcome back to Beef Reacts, and today of all days, we are doing the Volume 7 OST reaction for RWBY. Now, I've been thinking, I don't want to say theory crafting, because here we are in Volume 7, one volume OST left to really do before they release Volume 9. If they release Volume 9, I don't know. What I do know is simple. The main thing I've been thinking about lately is whether, how to do these. And I normally try to break down every song I can. And I think you've noticed, last one I skipped, 3. The one before that I skipped, 1 for a breakdown. I think going forward, songs that I don't want to say don't have a lot to do with, plot, but, don't have a lot to do with what's going on, or that type of thing. If it's a ship song, if it's something like that, I think what I'll do is at the end of the song, give my thoughts of what it means, give my thoughts of what it's about, and then go on to the next one. And the ones where lyrics stick out to me, or there seems to be an underlining story here, those ones I want to, go back, re-listen, and break down. I think that's fair. I think that's a good way to do it. Also, my dummy head just realized that when you go full screen on a computer, you could just scroll down and see everything again. I didn't know that was a thing. Someone tell me how long that's been a thing, because I always thought if you were on full screen, I've never once thought to scroll on a full screen. So, I am actually kind of shocked. But is what it is. Let's jump into it. First song is going to be Trust Love.
Keep dreaming about a better world. You keep wishing for some clarity. Always hoping that a lightning bolt is gonna save you from this gravity. You're holding out for some romantic life. Maybe you'll wake up in a world of charm. Oh, but within can set you free. You don't have to dream. Your life's a masterpiece. If you just believe, then all you see is all you need. Right now your hopes are shattered, spoiling this ever after. But in time you'll find
Oh, damn. I thought that was the end. That's me being dumb. Oh boy. This one's gonna need a re-listen. The one thing that really jumps out to me right now is that there seems to be, not that there is this motif, but like, and I don't even know if motif's the right word. What I would call it is there is this running through line of light and darkness and fairy tales and like all of these ideas that honestly in media never really get explored, right? I think it's an interesting thing because most of the time in storytelling we don't like the dark, and the dark is a natural fear that people have, same with falling and I think fire. Why is that inbred into the genome? Like, why are babies naturally afraid of falling? Why are humans naturally afraid of the dark? Like, we just think dark bad. And you could just be like, that's lizard brain. You could say that's shared, that has something to do with, like, morality if you wanted. But it's interesting because those thoughts and ideas never really get extrapolated. Mind you, this is music, so I'm not expecting them to come out here and be like, oh, this is exactly how this works in the real world or anything like that. It's just, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, okay, you want to lead us away from the dark. Well, what's in the dark? Like, it just says, like, I want, like, we will be the light. It's like, okay, but to light the way through the dark, it's like, okay, but what's in the dark? Why do I have to be lit through the dark? Why can't I just exist in the dark? And we, if you wanted to go down it, like, deeper into that rabbit hole, you could go into, like, it's funny because when I say the Illuminati, I don't mean lizard people. I mean, like, you could go into, like, ideals of the Enlightenment. You can go back to, like, that part of history when the Illuminati wasn't secret society lizard people. Secret societies, at least traditionally, as far as I know, were more like, not social clubs, but like, you can read a letter from like George Washington to some dude being like, I don't trust the Illuminati anymore. And it was like during the French Revolution, and the idea isn't like secret societies, Freemasons, like all this stuff, they control everything. That's not really it. It's like, I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, but the Freemasons and like the Illuminati were like 17th century, not 17. We're in the 20th century. No, we're in the 21st century. So 21st, 20th, 19th. In the 18th century, they were like the CIA, basically. At least to like my understanding, they were just sending secret messages and holding information to overthrow governments or some bull. Who knows? I wasn't alive back then. I just know Thomas Jefferson was running at one point. Always hoping that a lightning bolt is going to save you from this gravity. Now, this reminds me of the strike of lightning from the first opening, so we are doing a callback there. We have gravity. I'm guessing the gravity of the situation. Holding on to some... Yep. I do want to say that your life's a masterpiece if you just believe. I wholeheartedly agree with that sentiment. Good, bad, whatever. I just think people, I ultimately try to see the good in people regardless. And it comes down to like an optimism versus pessimism thing. And I think a lot of time people that are realists or pessimists look at optimists and they're like, you have no idea what the problems are. And I think it's a lot more like RWBY, where I think RWBY, who is a quote-unquote optimist, it's almost like people that are optimistic see the issues and know the exact same information you do, but instead of being Debbie fucking downers about it, we just go, all right, well, there are bright sides here, and let's keep trying to look for it and keep hoping for the best. Damn.
When you don't know where to turn to, and you're sure all hope is gone.
Uh-huh.
When the day you waited for will come, and dark will yield to dawn. Open up your eyes.
What does this mean? The truth is there, but sometimes in disguise. I like that, but why would the truth need to be in disguise? Also, I feel like trusting love, as great of an idea as that is, you have to define love. Like, you know, at least in like weddings and stuff, they make a definition of love in like the whole St. Paul to the Corinthians, where it's like, love is patient, love is kind, love is not arrogant or boastful. Like, it gives you definitions of like, hey, these are the parameters of love. Are you going by that like, by the way, this isn't me like hating on the music at all. I love the music, and this opening may be one of my top probably 3 openings. I'm thinking of doing a tier list, cuz I'm currently like watching 3 to 4 episodes of RWBY a day. I'm catching up, I'm recording, I'm getting stuff like far out. So I'm going to catch up to volume 9 by the time this releases. Maybe I'll be starting the end of volume 8, I think, because tomorrow's first 3 episodes, Thursday's next 3 episodes, Friday's 4 episodes. So I'll be ending volume 8 the day this comes out, just so you're aware. And that just, and it's not even like, oh, I dislike, because I don't dislike it. It's just sometimes like in music, I love listening to like music, but one of my favorite pastimes is listening to songs and like finding those lyrics that you're like, why was this made? Like the original version of Let's Get It Started in here. I want to know who, just so you know, they use the R word. They use the word for people that suffer from like, I don't want to say mental deficiencies because that sounds very rude. I forget what the term is. I think it's like people that are mentally and physically challenged or whatever that word is, the R word. And you start with Fergie just belting it beautifully, and then will.i.am coming in with just to save face for the rest of the song saying, in this context, I mean no disrespect. And it's like, then why use the word? Like, there's a reason why every radio and club version is Let's Get It Started. But never forget, better yet, always remember, that the original version of the song, it's like, let's get R worded in here. Like, come on now. That's a little silly. That's a little silly.
If you could only open up a door, spread your wings and fly away from here. Write yourself into a fairy tale. All your problems would just disappear. And still you're counting on a
It says you'll find the key, but also in the previous part it talks about the door and opening the door, which it's just interesting. Oh, I remember what I wanted to talk about. I wish they did more stuff with RWBY listening to music. Not bad at all.
When you don't know where to turn to, and you're sure all hope is gone. When the day you waited for won't come, and dark will yield to dawn.
Okay. I'm with it. Banger. Almost your 2 weeks on us. No, thank you.
Today I'm gonna start a brand new life. Done with suffering, had enough of misery. Finally on a path that's heading somewhere bright. I feel a different kind of energy, kicking everything to overdrive. Switched on, revved up, turbo mode vitality. Find it hard to believe that I feel so alive. Just watch me go, see me fly. Don't look for answers, don't ask why. Can't explain the way I feel. I'm soaring like I never before. Flying self-assured and free. And the sun hot feel I finally feel like me. I looked in the mirror and I gotta say, it's been a long, long time since I felt this way. Right now, I'm just a bit surprised, 'cause I feel just fine, and I might just touch the sky. I might just touch the sky. But if I don't, I'll know that I'm dead with pride. Now I feel like wrong, and I touch the sky. I feel the sense of possibilities. I could get addicted to that rush. Open doors and so much hope in front of me. Full of confidence, every child is crushed. My heart's electric, racing endlessly. Feeling like the stars have all aligned. Illuminate the darkness that was blinding me. Now I'm positive that it's my time to shine. I will explode, you'll see me rise. You may not even recognize. I just can't wait for this reveal. Exploring, now I've opened up a door.
You know, I really don't know if this song was supposed to be about Penny or Weiss. I'm leaning more towards Weiss because of the mirror part. But in the beginning, where it's talking about the vibrating, that sounds wrong. But in the beginning, when it's talking about like
Facing history.
like
Today I'm gonna start a brand new
like, is it her coming back to life, or
with suffering, had enough of misery. Finally on a path that's heading somewhere bright.
like Path That's Heading Somewhere Bright makes me think Path of Isolation.
I feel a different kind of energy.
And like now she has a new look, so like different, and that helps.
Revved up turbo mode vitality. Find it hard to believe that I feel so alive. Just watch me go, see me fly. Don't look for answers, don't ask why. I can't explain the way I feel.
Gotcha. Well, she doesn't fly. See, that's Penny. I'm like having a really hard time here, trying to figure out who this song is about. I think it's. I will say overall, I like the song. I think it's a really good jam. Like, oh, my ear. Like, I don't know. It's like this is just a hard pick for me. Ooh, my neck. I get it, but I think it has to be Weiss, because Penny can already touch the sky. And I feel like if they were going to do a Penny song, it'd be a little bit more techno.
I could get addicted to that rush. Open doors and so much hope in front of me. Full of confidence every time.
Ooh.
My heart's electric, racing endlessly.
Okay.
Feeling like the stars have all aligned. Illuminate the darkness that was blinding me. Now I'm positive that it's my time to shine. I will explode, you'll see me rise. You may not even recognize. I just can't wait for this to real. Exploring, now I'm opening up a door. Finding so much more in me. When I look inside, I'm liking what I see.
Yeah, I think it has to be. I'm giving it that it has to be Weiss. It just makes more sense to be Weiss to me. Yeah, I'm with that. Also, the jam, guitar solo bop, jam bop. What else is gonna bop? I don't know, but we bop to the top, baby. God, I love High School Musical. I want to watch High School Musical. What the hell is over there? Oh, it's just a reflection. I'm like, what the block is that? We stay wholesome, baby. I looked in the mirror. So it has to be Weiss. It has to be Weiss. I'm so with the Weiss music. Weiss just out here trying to sing and have a good day. Ooh, my glasses are dirty. Got the old dirty bat. I don't know what I can say and what I can't say. That's the problem. Ah, fuck it. I got the old dirty bastard in me. ODB? Yeah, you know me. It's actually OPP. Yeah, you know me, but I prefer ODB. Yeah, I give it up. We give it up for Weiss having her arc. I think the thing with Weiss is that her arc is the most complete out of like everyone in this show, and it's like it feels so not just natural of how it happens, but like it feels right. This is a song that I've been waiting for, and I guarantee that this Hero song is going to be in my top maybe 4. It's made by that guy. I mean, it has Caleb Hayes, who did the one cover I didn't listen to back in like volume 4 maybe, or volume 3, maybe 5. I don't know. I didn't listen to one of the covers, and I wanted to save it for the greatest hits, but then I found out that he did this, and I'm still going to listen to it in greatest hits. I want to go back and like actually listen to like all the great songs of RWBY, and there's going to be enough time because again, inside baseball, I need content. I'm always going to need content, which is why I say suggest whatever you want to suggest, and I will gladly watch it. I need content for the reactions. I'm making content with some gaming stuff, and I'm trying to get skits done and short films and yada, 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 yada. And I don't like saying I'm working on, because when people say I'm working on, they typically mean I'm not doing anything towards it. It's in a process. Whatever. Who cares? You don't. But I just feel like Weiss has definitely had the best character arc, or at least the longest arc. And the nice thing about it is that it feels so natural. It feels like there's been a lot of time. It feels like we've been doing something. Other characters, not so much. Well, let's listen to Jimmy Ironwood's. My man's. Not the blood.
I'm here to protect you. Nothing will stop me. Understand, there's no sacrifice that I won't make. I'll risk it all to keep you safe. Trust me, to be strong. I'll be your hero. Just hold on. I would die without regret. I offer up my life with zero reservations. I would fly into the sun if that would keep my dream alive. Deliver you from harm, shelter in my arms. The fear will surely fade. Know right now the plan I made will guide us all. We'll survive this storm. I will fight for you no matter how I am despised. Betrayed as cruel and heartless, I am mine. I have power, I'm due process, I will fly. Our enemies destroyed, metal I'll deploy. No chance that I won't take. My oath to you I won't forsake. Hope's not gone, just hold on.
Don't give me one of the sickest songs to take him from me like this.
Protect you, nothing will stop me. Understand, there's no sacrifice that I won't make. I'll risk it all to keep you safe. Trust me to be strong. I'll be a hero. Just hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a re-listen on this one. I'm sorry, everyone. First off, the song's a banger. Secondly, I just thought about this. Penny and Jimmy Ironwoods are natural foils to each other. And I don't know why I didn't think of it before. And I feel kind of stupid for not thinking of it before. Like, you have the man who's turning himself into a machine, who's not emotionless, but like who is preserving his logic above his like emotions, and like the second he's determined on it, it doesn't matter how he feels about it. It matters that it needs to be done. And you need that. I'm not that person, but you need that person in your life. You need someone who will, I keep saying it, you need Alma Coin to win the war. Is it right? Is it just? No, but if you're in a war, there are no good, I shouldn't say there are no good people, because that's not true. And fundamentally good people can exist on both sides. I think the end goal is typically where we can attribute some type of morality. Like, it's easy to do World War II. It's kind of easy to do the Revolutionary War. It becomes a lot more muddled in probably Vietnam, but that typically has to do with the war coverage, because that was the first time we allowed journalists there. And then when we allowed journalists there, the journalists kind of told everyone what was going on, which was great because freedom of the press, but then it became horrible because it got a lot of soldiers killed inadvertently because other people were able to watch that broadcast, namely the Viet Cong. So like, after that, we kind of made a deal with reporters that if they wanted to be wartime reporters, they needed to STFU about military operations until they are either happening or after they happen. At least that's what I learned in history of broadcast. If you're more into this, then like, you know more than me. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm a genius or I know everything. I am giving you the bare minimum of what I know about like that history. I just don't like it when people are like, well, both sides are bad. It's like, yeah, both sides do bad things. I'd make the argument that it's really easy to do World War II. And that's the problem. I hate doing World War II. Because it's like, to stop one genocidal maniac, we partnered with another one, arguably two genocidal maniacs, and they faced no repercussions, and most people don't know about the Holodomor or like the Great Leap Forward. I mean, they know about it in history, but I don't think they know the actual like atrocities of it. And like, we partnered with them as allies during that to stop Funny Mustache Man. And like, I don't know, right? I don't know how to explain my thought other than like, I don't like it. I don't necessarily love it when people are like, well, both sides did bad things. Because yes, both sides did bad things, and you should always judge. I shouldn't say judge. You should make determinations on whether or not something is bad or good on an individual basis. You can have your broad sweeping morality, but like, you end up getting down to an individual like stance, and I don't know. Because it's like, it feels contradictory to what I've said before, but it's like, it comes down to the fact that I am a person and just, I wrestle with this stuff a lot, or at least more than I probably let on. It's interesting to get back to the point, though, that Ironwoods is a man who is priding himself on getting rid of emotion, and Penny, who's actually made of iron and metal and wires, but has a human soul, is priding herself on the fact that she just has emotions, and she is valuing those emotions. So these two as natural foils to each other, I think works really well. I don't know how much it's going to continue to work well. Also, this opening is slow, haunting. it gives you this idea of you shouldn't trust Ironwood. Like, you shouldn't trust him. It's building his resolve, right? Like, yes, I get that. But you have to ask the question, who's you and what risk? I trust you to be strong, James. I just want to know. This is his inner monologue. I would be honest with you, this right here. When I heard this fighting Watts, I was hyped. So, like, here's the issue, is that you can't say this and then proceed to do what you did. Like, it's such a weird character regression. You show me the man with the heart. You show me the man who cares about his kingdom more than anything else. Who cares about Mantle. And then, through his paranoia, where it's like Salem's in here. Cinder's here. They've broken through my defenses again. That's on Atlas. That's in and on Atlas. What the hell? That's not. Excuse me. That's not on Mantle. That's on Atlas. Why are you abandoning Mantle? It's like, I'll put Atlas into the sky and abandon Mantle. Why? Quite literally, why? How, long term, how does that work? The Vital Festival thing made so much more sense, and you could have fought for it more. Like, it's like, we can't hold our defenses forever. True. I wouldn't have trusted RWBY for that at all. But there are things that you could have done. Like, it just frustrates the hell out of me that they gave me such a good character arc and then took it from me. Within an episode! Like, James, why are you such a POS today? I couldn't do that. If I'm despised, I don't want to fight for you. I like how they did use the semblance name of Metal I'll Deploy. It's a banger jam. Hearts and minds may not agree. Emotion stop strategy. You can't believe in honesty that your children can win a war. So I think that's a response to Oz and like that whole thing. But it's like, You know, I understand the decision after watching Ruby fold in front of Salem like that. I don't really know why she'd fold like that when... I don't want to say bad look, but I don't know why it made sense from a writing standpoint. Give me 1 second. My hair is very naughty. Ha, nice. Ow. Fudge. Ow. I need to, like, comb my hair more often. Thank you. So, like, I don't really get it from that standpoint. The standpoint I do, like, I don't get why she'd break down, but I understand James being like, after seeing that, I'm supposed to trust you to hold down the fort when this your mama joke essentially just made you fold 1,000,000 times faster than anything else ever. I'm not gonna do that. Why would I ever do that? I'd rather sacrifice millions of lives than do a damn thing that you want. Am I only on the third song? Damn. Oh, 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 oh. Banger. I think he did I Burn. Did he do I Burn? Maybe. I don't know. Brand new day. Sounds like we got a heavy hitter coming through. Oh, this is when they're partying. And partying with the Aesops.
Nothing's wrong today. Everything is looking right.
I didn't realize this is about Blake, but I'm with it. After killing Adam, I'm smiling every day. I know that's not what it is, but I think that'd be so funny. Weird to do Crow here, I guess. Okay, no, it's about Crow. Ba 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 da da.
But nothing's wrong today. Everything is looking right. Taking everything in stride. The sun is shining in the sky. Birds are spotted, so am I. Kicking us in every way. Think this change is here to stay. It's feeling like a brand new day.
I think Crow needed this. Buried everything in 100 proof? Crow, you're drinking 50%? No way, dude. No way you're out here. No, I disagree that you're drinking 100 proof. How? I don't know what it is, but oh, this is my first listen. I'm sorry, everyone. All right. I'm gonna say it. I don't think this song needs a re-listen. I will just give my thoughts. I like it. It's Crow and Blake, who are probably the most pessimistic characters, just having a good time. I think the photo they picked for Blake is hilarious because she, like, I don't know how to explain it, but she looks like that one cat meme where it's the orange cat and it's like, if you know it, you know it. I'd put it over my face if I could find it. I'll see what I can do. 15 minutes worth of it. I'll write it down. I'll write it down so you can see the beauty. Cat bad smile meme 50-ish minutes. It's written. So now I'll either remember it or I won't. Yeah, I did that. But overall, I think this song is just a great bop. I'd actually be down to wake up to this song. Like, I like the ba-da-bop-bop-ba-da-bop. I like the little background things. I think it's really cute. So I'd be down to listen to it again. Ooh, Aaron Riley. I don't know who that is, but let's give it to them. Ooh. I don't know why they darkened the image, but I'm with it. I love this. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just love the way that this jam is set up. This scene, I popped off so much. I don't know if I popped off as much as I should have, but I loved it. Of course it's love. I mean, again, there's not anything to break down in the song besides the fact that the song's a banger and it's a bop, and like I'm adding it. It needs to be added. I'm sorry. I normally go on I never go on my phone during recordings, but this one needs to be added like right now. Let's get real. Is this the right one? Give it to me. Give it to me. Do I not have Wi-Fi right now? Either way, I did it. It's added. I don't know how to explain it other than like I love the vibe of the Ren and Nora songs because I think they're so sweet and actually like loving. You know, Nora was a lot. Like not even a lot this season. Like I didn't really have any strong thoughts on like Nora or Ren. I do think when Ren cried when he saw Nora and saw that he'd have to hurt even a version of her, or almost could, and he was like, we're not ready to be hunters. I think it says a lot about like his emotional character and like how weak he is emotionally. Not in like a bad way, but it's like you have someone who has been suppressing his emotions throughout most of his life, now starting to feel things deeply, and like that's a scary thing. When you have been repressing or taking the time to not feel anything and you just turn it on, you let the emotions come through you, it's bad. It's bad news bears. And like it's not even bad news bears in the way of like it's sad. It's like you don't know how to process emotions because you haven't been processing them. You've been actively avoiding them. So like, honestly, the way that this story goes, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these two die, and I will be heartbroken. Realistically, it's going to be... Here's the thing. Ren dies, Nora goes on a murderous rampage, destroying everything in the vicinity out of like her insecurity. Not insecurity, but the fact that he's gone. Nora dies, I think Ren's semblance like evolves to the point where he can just simply mask everyone's emotion of like just be like, no. He will no longer feel a damn thing in this world after she is gone. So I don't know. Those are at least my thoughts. The song's a banger. I'm gonna listen to it in my free time. I don't think there's much to break down on my from my end from here though. No? Yes? Maybe? No. Okay. This one, War. The Maiden Quartet. Oh, this is the song that played while they were fighting the Aesops. Maybe? Jesus exists in Remnant? Who is this song about? The song's called War, and it's featuring the Maiden Quartet. So at first I was like, is this about the Maidens? And then I've now realized that the Maiden Quartet is not what I thought it was. I love this voice though. This opening voice, beautiful. Who is this? Is this? It's definitely not Robin. Is it Neo? Is it them fighting the Aesops? That's what I need to ponder. I guess it has to be them fighting the Aesops, right? I stand by that follow orders remark from Yang was by far the bitch quickiest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I stand by that, and I know there's gonna be, like, by the way, the video hasn't even released yet, but I know there's people out there that definitely heard that and was like, well, actually, it's completely different. It's a completely different scenario. She morally objects to what they're doing. It's like, yeah, I get that, but her arc hasn't done that yet. Like, it's not about... And maybe it just hasn't done it in a way that I would want it done, and that's completely valid, and that's completely fair, that, like, I'm not seeing it in the way that you're seeing it. And by all means, I say this every single time. The person watching this is probably more versed than RWBY than I am. You are watching it at least a second time. I am watching it for the first time. You're going to pick up on things that I couldn't pick up on in a million years after maybe 50 watches. I'm not saying that as in, like, anyone is, like, obsessive or anything like that. I'm saying it like I'm really not that great at doing those things. I pick up on certain things quicker when they're, like, writing motifs or things that if you study writing, it's like, yeah, that's common sense. But, like, sometimes when it's like, well, you didn't notice this. It's like, why would I notice that? Why would I notice a line from volume 2 that doesn't become relevant until volume number 7? I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying, why would I notice that? I remember some things I remember the big plot beats, but I don't remember, like, you know, individual lines. You can ask Ryan, who I do the gaming stuff with, whenever that starts coming out, or whenever he joins the Discord or anything like that. I am quite literally the most forgetful human being on this planet. He'll be like, hey, can you do something for me? I'll be like, yeah, sure, no problem. I will then go on my phone to do that, get distracted by an app, look at that for about 5 minutes, and then be like, and he's like, did you do it yet? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, the thing I just asked you to do. And I'm like, oh, duh, I'm stupid. Like, I promise I am just not that great at remembering things. I have terrible short-term memory. I just want a song that is just a... I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm sorry for pausing again, but I know we want to get through the song, but I'm going to make a diss track on Cinder. I want a Cinder diss track, and if it's not already made, I want to make one. I just hate Cinder so much. I love this voice. I'm guessing this is about the Aesops. It has to be. I guess it has to be about the Aesops, right? Like, it just has to be about them. And, yes, is it because it played during their fight? I'm like, I think so. Yeah, the song kind of just hits. I wish there was more to talk about here, but I just wanted to know what this song was about. And I'm guessing it has to be the fight against the Aesops. It has to be. This silly goose. Who's in this? Celebrate Santee. Oh, there's gonna be rap here, baby. Smooth jam time.
And the beat's so strong. DJ's playing my favorite song. And there's no way that this feeling is wrong. Don't say maybe, come on baby, let's go crazy tonight. All night. Now 'cause we're not going home till we burn it up and see the morning light.
I'm so sorry for pausing. I know this is a regular listen to, but this song is about Blake and Yang's dance night, isn't it? It totally is.
Party people gonna stay up late.
Yep. I'm with it.
This true believer can't sit still, just can't wait anymore. My imagination can't keep up, can't compete with the groove. No, no. This liberation that the music gives, it leaves me so it's like a birthday party on Christmas Day. The weekend's here, it's time to play. And I know this feeling's here to stay. Joy and laughter, party through the morning. After it's all alright. When the early birds arise, that's the time we finally say, okay, tonight.
Banger.
Party people gonna stay up late. Oh, celebrate tonight. Oh, tonight. Your dancing shoes, put away those loose tonight. Oh, tonight. If you think you're at the right place, well, then victory's inside. And if love is what we're after,
Just a couple of drinks and I'm gone. Maybe with something nice to take home. Ain't no taking me out of my zone, especially when I'm on all this Patron. Come on, let's see where this night can take us. Maybe cruise the strip out in Vegas. So much confidence they can't shake us. Sign so bright, can't no one mistake us. Let me pull up to your bumper, baby. Have your girl saying questions so crazy. I got a question for you, ladies. Say you got a nigga, what he done for you lately? Take my hand, don't hesitate. To a higher plane, let's elevate. Any problems, they better wait. Cause all I came to do is celebrate. Yeah.
If someone said that to me, I think I would mock them relentlessly. Like, for a while.
party people gonna stay up late. Oh, celebrate tonight. Oh, tonight. Grab your dancing shoes, put away those loose tonight. Oh, tonight. And if you think you're at the right place, victory's inside. And if love is what we're after, tonight's the night.
Oh, damn. That song just ended. Until the end. Okay. My bad, everyone there. Overall, again, it's another song that doesn't really need a second listen. What it does need, though, is those photos were very misleading, because I realized, like, that's why I had to pause. I'm like, oh, this is about Yang and Blake's dance night. All right, I'm with it. And then I also thought, like, Team Funky, that dude is, like, trying to mac game, but if someone said, like, let me elevate you to a higher plane, I'd kick that bozo to the curb. To the curb. Imagine if I was, like, able to sing that eloquently. There's no way. I would never, ever in a billion years be able to do that. I could try, but I just don't think I'd be able to. Next jam is Until the End. I guess this is the end. This looks like the end of the volume. Weird.
A new day
Yeah, I think this is from the credits, right?
is gone without a trace.
Oh,
All memories are dark and light is fading. We try so hard.
whoa!
But
Sorry, everyone.
what are we fighting for? We're losing all our strength. How can we give more? Time falls away, but pain always that you shed may find a tree to water, but only when you're stronger. I promise I'll be here until the end. I promise I'll be here until the end. To live free or die, it's all the same. The enemy was right, there's no reclaiming. In waves of shame, we're desperate to make amends, but through a simple soul we lie complacent. Love brings us dreams, but grief makes the heart burst at the seams. As light fills my eyes, I'll picture me beside her and pray that I'll inspire. I promise I'll be here until the end. I promise I'll be here until our story has been told, till our bodies break down every door, till we find what we've been looking for and stare with pride into the face of fear. In our finest hour, I'll be standing here. And should we fall to darkness, this power I will harness. I promise I'll be here until the end. I promise I'll be here until the end.
Yeah, this one definitely needs a re-listen. So at first I was trying to figure out what the song's about, and then it's definitely RWBY and the gray eyes, I guess, the gray eye power and like the way to use it and that type of thing. And I like how it's like the light fades, like it's still using those same motifs and still using those same things that, like, we had a song called Brand New Day, and it's like it's no longer a brand new day, like it's over. And like stuff like that. So it's like interesting in that regard. I know it's not going to happen, but a mother-daughter gray eye use on Salem to end it all would be pretty cool. I'll say it. I know Summer's dead. It's not like she's not dead. I'm just saying it'd be kind of cool. I think it'd be a pretty cool thing. Or if she's not dead and has been faking this whole time, that's kind of messed up. It's pretty messed up. I would hope that she is actually dead for RWBY's sake. But the important thing here is not whether or not she's dead. It's the fact that I want a father-son Kamehameha, but in terms of RWBY, Maria, and Summer. Will it happen? No, one of them's blind and doesn't have eyes. The other one is probably dead, and like that we've been shown no spirit world here, so it's not gonna happen. If it happened, would I be hype? Oh, of course I'd be hype. I mean, like, yeah, the father-son Kamehameha is always dope, no matter what genre. the metaphorical passing the torch, I'm with it. Damn.
Is gone without a trace. All memories are dark and light is fading.
So from that, I guess to break it down, a new day is gone without a trace. All memories are dark and light is fading. So it's saying that tomorrow's not going to come. And oh, it's just me sitting on the chair. Weird, is it? No, it's not. Okay, I apologize. That's been annoying you this entire time. All memories are dark and light is fading. Again, I think it's trying to say that there is no tomorrow and there's no hope left for a better day.
We try so hard, but what are we fighting for?
Probably
We're
hope.
losing all our strength. How can we give more? Time falls away.
Since we listened to it before, I don't mind pausing as much. We're losing all our strength. Why we try so hard, but what are we fighting for? How can we give more? I say look at the last monologue from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and you got yourself an answer. I loved Full Metal Oh my god, I hate the way that my face looks when I talk sometimes. I really enjoyed Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's by far one of my favorite anime, one of my favorite manga. To this day, the one is all is one is all thing, I do not understand. I quite literally could never learn alchemy because I fundamentally do not understand it. Or like at the end where it's like, even if you like push through the adversity, that's how you get a full metal heart. Listen, the writing of the show is like brilliant. The writing of the manga, brilliant. I don't know what that means. All I can tell you is that Izumi and Sig are goals, and like I genuinely hope to be a Sig one day. Just that's the vibe. Self-made butcher with a beautiful like family. Like, I understand that Izumi couldn't have kids and that type of thing, but having the two adopt, like, you know, it's a nice situation, and the fact that he just adores his wife, I think it's cute. I think this has nothing to do with RWBY, but you know what? How can we give more? The ending monologue, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where it's like we're trying to figure out how to give more than what like is there, and we're trying to go past equivalent exchange. You give me 50% of you, and I'll give you 50% of me. Shut up, Ed. Just give each other 100%. Done.
falls away, but pain always finds a way to stay. The tears that you shed may find a tree to water, but only when you're stronger.
With it.
I promise I'll be here until the end. I promise I'll be here until the end.
I'm not gonna lie, this pick goes hard too. I'm like with it.
To live free or die, it's all the same.
Huh?
The enemy was right, there's no reclaiming.
That doesn't make sense. To live free or die, it's all the same. Yeah, fun. It's like, it's all the same technically if it's like, there's no, like, afterlife, I guess. I don't know. If you're going to live free or die, I'd argue that some deaths are better than others. I'd argue that some, like, living free in its own way can be a death, right? Or, like, I feel like looking at death as a one-time thing seems kind of, like, silly, because, like, think about in your life how many things die. Like, not people, but, like, just, like, thoughts in your head, just gone. It's not to be rude, it's not to be like, oh, it's whatever, it's just, say you're in a relationship with somebody, say a loved one passes, you're not going to be the same because you were a certain person when you were with them, and now you're never going to be able to be that person with them again. And that person that you were is now gone forever. They're dead. They could still exist, you don't know, but, like, that person's never going to be evoked out of you again. And that's just, unfortunately, a lot of life. So, like, I don't know why the enemy was right, there's no reclaiming. It's not the same, because it's like, you need to have hope for tomorrow. Like, without the hope for tomorrow, then, like, why are you doing any of this?
In waves of shame, we're desperate to make amends, but through a simple soul, we lie complacent.
What does that line mean? In waves of shame, we're desperate to make amends, but through a simple soul, we lie complacent. What? Are you, because you said the victory's through a simple soul, but now through a simple soul, we lie complacent? RWBY's not okay with this, though.
Brings us dreams, but grief makes the heart burst at the seams.
Uh-huh.
As light fills my eyes, I'll picture me beside her and pray that I'll inspire. I promise I'll be here until the end. I promise I'll be here until our story has been told. Till our bodies break down every door. Till we find what we've been looking for. And stare with pride into the face of fear. In our finest hour, I'll be standing here. And should we fall to darkness, this power I will harness. I promise I'll be here until the end. I promise.
So the power she's harnessing, is it hope, or is it the gray eyes? I think it has to be the silver eyes, not gray eyes, silver eyes. It has to be the silver eyes. The only thing that makes sense. And it would be cool if, like, Mercury had silver eyes but never could use it because he's never known love a day in his life. That would be a very interesting development in the show. Those be itchy. This song is Fear, and it's the finale credits.
I'd understand if you'd rather not talk about this. There's always a chance that we might remain in ignorant bliss. Most of the time, we coast along, safe from the storm. We follow our hearts, trust what feels right, keep But our greatest fear will be realized if we fall and lose ourselves to fear. We've become what we feared all our lives. Who will you see there in the darkness when no one is watching? Who will you be when you're afraid? Everything changes when you see a stranger. Feel proud or betrayed.
Let's go back. Maybe not, actually. I don't know if this song really needs me to go back and re-break it down, actually. I think what this song does need, though, is a proper talk about. And these are just ideas that I think got brought up during it. This fear of failure, fear of success. And it's, like, interesting because it really shows how much fear drives people. What is it, like fear and maybe sex are the two largest motivators, and or sorry. As my dad, rest his soul, used to say, people do things for two reasons: avoid pain or pursue pleasure. Now, I always thought that was a stupid philosophy, because I have done things that seek out pain because it's like you need to do them. Like, you don't work out because it's a pleasurable thing. You work out because you're going to take a short-term loss for a long-term benefit. So it's like it feels weird to just be like, well, you know, people do things for only those two reasons. There's a lot of reasons to do something, though. And not all of them are good. Some of them are pretty bad, actually. I will say it is interesting to bring that up because we can allude to other characters and what they're going to do in fear. And it's like, people make it seem like those moments of fear are what define you. No, they aren't. And people that genuinely believe that, stop. Alright, just stop. Like, it's not, like, some days you can be a coward. That means you are a coward that day. Some days you're going to be brave. And that day you were brave. Like, I know how I act in, like, this reaction channel. And I know how I act in general. But, like, in real life, yeah, I make very, very first impression calls about people constantly. Unfortunately, I go based off vibes. And more often than not, my vibes are correct. If I go, I don't like this person, it's not that I'm looking for a reason not to like them. It just means, no, there's something about them I don't like. I don't know what it is, but I don't like them. Give it about a month or two of knowing them, talking to them, I find my reason. And it's like, it's not like I'm looking for it. It's like, it's hard to explain it other than unless you see it, it happens. But like in real life, I think it's fine to make initial first term judgments about people, because if you didn't do that, how would you do anything? You're supposed to make judgments about people immediately. Doesn't mean you judge people on their moral character. Doesn't mean you judge them on like whether or not they're necessarily good or bad people. Like, I'll be like, it's why I typically try to make a distinction. And if I don't do it well enough, please let me know. I try to make this distinction of this person is doing something bad, not that this person is bad. I will say this person's doing something bad. It's probably because this is where their headspace is and going up here. However, breaking down my entire thought process that happens in less than, I don't know, 10 seconds to everyone always would turn these videos from like an hour to maybe 2, and no one wants me to do that. No one wants me to do that at all. I'm sure you don't even care about this anymore, about like this part. You want to get to the next song, so I apologize. But my point being is that like I don't think you should judge people in the moment of fear. I think you can make a judgment about them, being like, when you're scared, you tend to do this. You tend to freeze. You tend to fight. You tend to flee. I forget what the fourth one is. I want to say it's fluck, but I don't think it is. So, you tend to do these things when you're scared. Okay, cool. With it. That doesn't mean that they're always going to do that. It depends on the situation. Like, situational awareness is something that should always be taken into account. I suppose. I May Fall acoustic version. Damn. So now we're, for the next, like, for the acoustics and, like, all that stuff, I don't think I'm going to need to re-break them down or do anything like that. I think now it's just kind of a chill. You vibe, I vibe, we all vibe. We just rock it out till the end of the video, until the end, and just call it a day. I'm with that. If you're with that. Let's see how many songs we have left. I believe it's the last one. Oh, damn. Cool. Oh, damn. There we go.
When the shadow cast out the light, and our eyes cry a million tears, help won't arrive.
Okay.
There's a day when our courage collapses.
With it.
And our friends turn and leave us behind. Creatures of darkness will triumph, the sun won't rise. When we've lost our hope and succumb to fear, as the skies rain blood and the end draws near, I may fall, but not like this. It won't be by your hand. I may fall.
I'm sorry, but Volume 1's music just hits.
It's not today. I may fall. Bring it on. It's not enough to take me down. I may fall.
Is that a violin? Nikes, this is a good jam.
There's a place where we'll stand outnumbered, where the wolves and the soulless will rise. In the time of our final moments, every dream dies. There's a place where our shields will lay shattered, and the fear's all that's left in our hearts. Strength and our courage will run out and fall apart. When we lose our faith and forsake our friends, when the moon is gone and we reach our end,
I'm down for that. Ooh, what a tune. I'm ready for a nap. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a nappy. Nappy pappy. Dude, I wish I was a composer. I wish I could just be like, and then like a band starts playing. That'd be sick. Be like, no.
There's a moment that changes a life when we do something that no one else can. And the path that we've taken will lead us one final step.
I'm with it.
There's a moment we make a decision not to cower and crash on the ground. The moment we face our worst demons, our courage found. When we stand with friends and we won't retreat, as we stare down death and the taste is sweet. I may fall, but not like this. It won't be by your hand.
I still love the way she like says that overall.
This place not today.
Saying like, I will die, but it won't be from you. And that's what I love.
It's not enough to take me down. I may fall.
I love. Mm. Her vocals give me life. Life! You hear me? Life! Alright, well, everyone, that's not what I wanted. I should listen to this. When we do the greatest hits, I will be doing Red Like Roses Part 1 and 2 together with the bridge and everything. Big trust. I suppose that the actual breakdown of the greatest hits may be like close to 3 hours. I'm trying to keep it low. But there's a lot of bangers in 8 volumes of music. I'm just saying. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been my reaction to the Volume 7, RWBY Volume 7 OST. What did I want to say? Oh, if you don't mind, like, comment, subscribe. If you have anything you want to add, suggest, do, put it in the comments below. If you are over 18, consider joining the Discord. I know I always say that, but like it really is a fun place. We're always trying to do new things and keep it interactive and fun with everyone. So just, keep me posted. And yeah, have a good one. I hope you have a great rest of your day. See you tomorrow.